Hello YouTube, Dave here again. Welcome to my supplementary video to the Curse of Strahd. Back before I got a chance to really sit down and do a review for this, or right around the time I was looking to get back into recording videos and doing them on a regular basis again, I had a chance to pick this up. I had a little bit of a flip through it, and I went to visit my mother in the town that I'd grown up in. And there was a game store, in that area that I visited, but I didn't have a lot of money at the time. I was kind of in between paychecks and things were a little bit tight, so I was at a store in Wolfville, Nova Scotia called Rainbow's End. It's an awesome store, absolutely love it, and if you're ever in the area, I highly recommend going to it. They have literally everything, but this isn't, meant to be an advertisement for them. But when I was there, I did see that they had the Troca cards, which you can use with Curse of Strahd itself, and they are basically the fortune-telling cards that you use. So there was an opportunity to have an actual physical set of the cards, which is something that I was actually initially planning on doing. I was going to pick them up and unbox them and kind of do a review of them. I never really looked at the price simply because I didn't have the money to pick them up at that point anyway, so I figured I was going to be going back in a couple of weeks. At that point I was going to pick them up and do them for the purpose of this video. So that was my full intention with this supplementary video that I had been talking about. I'm going to let you know right off the bat, I did not do that. When I got back, I noticed the retail price on them was $11.99. So that's, again, we're in Canada where I live, so the Canadian prices are going to be a bit more than what the US prices are, but even the US price, because I saw it on Wizards of the Coast advertised, the Troca cards, for $10. And I really take exception to the price, considering that Gale Force 9, who put them out, has done a lot of other great stuff, so I don't want to take anything away from them. I know that they're spell cards. I haven't really looked at them personally, but I've heard a lot of good things about them. Highly useful resources, so they're a fantastic company. I don't really want to take anything away, and I don't want this to seem like it's an insult towards them. The issue is that the Troca cards are very limited use, and to charge $10 for them, it's just, to me, it's just not worth it. Now, I don't know what they look like. I'm assuming they're pretty much the exact same as they are in the adventure. So I'm going to assume basically that they are just these black and white images, no color, no even so much as like a shade of red or anything thrown in. I could be wrong. They could be full color, which might make them a little bit more worth the price. But again, you're only using them in this adventure, and you're only using it for a fortune-telling section. That's going to take up maybe a combined total of 15 minutes, 20 minutes if you really draw it out, and they don't have any use after that. So they don't continuously get used throughout the campaign to really warrant spending that kind of money. So I just didn't. I couldn't justify spending that much money on something that is, a one-shot, use it for a few minutes and then you'll never ever really use them again. I don't think any other future adventures really are going to utilize them. I could be wrong, but I don't really think that's going to be the case, so it's just way too much money. I did, however, see something that is connected to the Curse of Strahd, which has the potential to be a lot more useful and something you can utilize throughout the entirety of the campaign, and that is the Dungeon Master screen for Curse of Strahd. So this again was put out by Gale Force 9, and I haven't opened it up yet, and this is actually something that's a first for me. I've never purchased a DM screen before that wasn't directly put out by Wizards of the Coast. So this is something that they authorize and something that, it is a licensed product of theirs, but it's not something that they did firsthand, and it's not even something that they advertise on their website. So they advertise the Troca cards, but they don't advertise the actual screen itself. Now, for the screen, I did end up paying $18.99, so $19 Canadian plus tax. But again, a DM screen has the potential to be used throughout the entirety of the campaign. So for, it's a little bit more than I probably would have liked to have spent on a screen, but it's not that different, I don't think, from the price of the 5th edition one, just the basic 5th edition screen. So what I'm going to do on this video, I haven't opened it yet, it's still in its plastic wrap, so I'm going to go ahead and open it and we'll have a look at it together. Alright, so the plastic's off. Let's have a look here. So this is just, a piece of basically paper here. It just has a picture. It's actually a really cool picture of Strahd. Really do like that. It's really nice artwork. The back doesn't have anything on it, so it's just basically for the purposes of having the barcode on it. But it is a nice piece of artwork, so, I try to keep everything. I'm going to make sure that, this doesn't get tossed out. And let's have a look at the screen itself. So we'll start with the artwork on the outside. If I can get everything open here. Alright, so it's just different artwork from the campaign itself, but again, some really fantastic artwork. There's the the fortune teller, Strahd, an encounter with some wolves, and of course the iconic Strahd sitting on his chair from the cover. More of the cards, and there you go. So the artwork on the outside is really nice. It's got the Curse of Strahd along the bottom there. So that's what's going to be facing out towards the players, but as a DM, I'm kind of interested to see what's on the other side of the screen. Before I actually have a look at it, I know that Gale Force 9 has done screens for, I think, all of the previous hardcover campaigns. I know they did one for Out of the Abyss. I know that they did one at least for Horde of the Dragon Queen, so I'm not sure if they did one for Rise of Tiamat or Prince of the Apocalypse, but I've heard mixed things about the screens, so let's have a look and see what's on the inside here. So I'm assuming it's going to be basically stuff that's pertinent specifically to the Curse of Strahd campaign, so let's just have a look. Alright, so we've got the castle map. This can actually be kind of useful if you're running that part of the campaign. So if you're at the castle, you've got the map here, you've got the random encounters. So you can kind of consult this without having to actually go through the books. So from that perspective, it's pretty nice. I'd say that it looks like, for the most part, this is going to be useful primarily for the actual crawl through Strahd's castle, but it's got the entire set of maps there. It's got Barovia, including Barovian names, which is excellent. So if you need a name kind of off the top of your head, there's a whole list of them there, and that sort of thing goes a long way with me. I do enjoy having resources, something as simple as that. Really fantastic. Love having the names there. And we've got some random encounters, so daytime, nighttime, and the different locations, and we've got a copy of the map here. So the main overworld map, if you want to call it that, you have here on the screen. So if you're running this campaign, really you've got a lot of what you need right here on the screen itself. Now it doesn't have a lot of rule stuff. I mean, it doesn't have the combat tables that the regular screen has, and things like that. So if you're expecting something like that, you may be expecting a bit much from something that is specifically geared towards the campaign itself. I actually really like this, and I suspect if I do get a chance to actually run this campaign, this is the screen I'm going to use for the most part. I might have the other screen kind of inside of it, so if I need the rule stuff and the information that is contained on the regular 5th edition DM screen, it will still be at my disposal. But when it comes to running the actual campaign itself, I think this is going to be a great screen to have. So I'm glad I picked it up. I think it was, it'll end up being worth the money for me, because this is something that I could get, weeks or, even a few months of gameplay out of, versus the cards, which are only going to last me for a few minutes. So I just wanted to show that off and kind of give my opinion of the cards. Again, I was hoping to pick up a set of them for this review. Just way too much money for what I would get out of them, but I think this screen is actually a really cool resource if you're going to run the campaign. So if you get a chance to, if you're going to be running the campaign and you have a chance to pick up this screen, I recommend it. The price is a little bit higher than, like I said, I would have liked, by a couple of dollars, $2, $3. But if you're gonna do it, again, just even having the castle map without having to, flip out the full pull-out map that comes with the adventure itself. I think this is going to save a lot of time. I mean, you're going to still have to have the room descriptions, but it's still, if you're trying to explain the layout of the castle, or if the players kind of are looking to do mapping, then, I think this is a great resource. And again, just to have the map of, the overworld or Barovia itself, really fantastic. Love the names. It's got the, random encounter charts. There's really not much more you could ask for, and something that's tailored specifically to this particular campaign. So, anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you liked the screen. Let me know, down below what your thoughts are. I mean, obviously, my opinion's not going to be the same as everybody else's. I think it's actually pretty cool, but other people may have differing opinions. So, don't hesitate to comment below. Try to keep it civil, if possible. Haven't had too much issues with that, but. Again, we'll just wrap this up here. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed the initial review, and we'll see you next time.